Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion advised.
Now, here's Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191.
With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Hey, the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-44.
Irish cream.
55, yes.
Did you bring something in?
No.
They just found the mother load, huh?
Lisa found the stash, I guess. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. We're talking about the coffee. Delicious. You into that?
Yeah. Well, it's anything compared to what I normally drink.
I love a cup of coffee.
Except I'm kind of distracted all of a sudden. I'm not on the radio. I'm drinking a nice cup of coffee. I'm somewhere else. I'm not on the radio.
Yes, you're in the Swiss Alps.
It's a story I've told before, but it bears repeating, is that even in Seattle, remember I was broadcasting down from Seattle?
Yeah.
They have one of those crappy, sort of machines in the corner.
Right.
That somebody stokes in the morning, and the coffee sits there all day, and it's restaurant-grade coffee from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Seattle.
They go to great expense in the Seattle market to import that restaurant-grade Wisconsin coffee.
Crappy. Awful.
Hey, they keep it real in radio. Come on, Drew.
So. Well, it lets you know you're on radio.
That's right.
I would have been disoriented in Seattle.
You could close your eyes. You'd know where you were, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All righty there. It is Loveline, no guest tonight, just the love that the hosts find between each other. You ready to go here, Drew?
Why don't we thank this guy for helping us out with this article?
All right. Who is that?
I blanked on his name.
You didn't want to find his name out?
Is it Mike Bacon? Ann? Is it Mike Bacon? Is that his last name? Yeah. Wrote this nice article on FMQB.
Yes.
Very nice article.
I subscribe to this. You know, it's funny. Most of you people who aren't in radio have never seen one of these magazines, but there's a handful that just cater to the radio folks. I guess they're magazines that are made for industry people in the radio, programmers, people like that, general managers. And they're kind of cool magazines, but the thing that always strikes me is the ads in these things. I can never figure them out, but the way they spin them, every new band is number one. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but it'll have some band you've never heard of, and it'll say, getting more spins, number one in such and such market with age demographic. Have you ever seen those, Drew?
Yeah, it's kind of like the television stuff. They're promoting a new TV show.
Yeah, you can...
Presenting Magic Johnson at such and such ratings at such and such an hour. Magic
Johnson is beating the old Jack Parr in the black 18 to 29 demographic in the heartland where it counts, meaning
yeah, right. It's Springfield,
Midwest.
Illinois.
Yeah, right. And they spin it. They spin it 1,000 different ways, but somehow they figured out that even though Magic Johnson didn't have the numbers to stay on the air for 3 weeks, he is conquering the world. Mm-hmm. And they do the same thing in these radios, only with bands. I should say these radio magazines. Jay?
Yeah.
You're 23.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good evening to you. My question is, recently I've met an extremely attractive young lady, and I had the chance to spend a little time with her on a casual level. And I've done some things to show her my interest. But what I'm kind of curious is your help, Adam. I want to know what kind of signs to look for that'll help me out to show me if she's interested in me or not, and if I should pursue this young lady.
Uh-huh. How do you know her?
Through school.
Why are you hanging out with her?
She's cool. She's really cool. She's attractive.
No, I mean, but why does she think you're hanging out with her?
She's new to the area, so probably because of that. And that's how I introduced myself.
Yeah.
But I've showed her that I'm really interested in her.
Yeah.
And I'm just not. I kind of get a cold feeling from her sometimes.
Yeah. Well, here's what I've found with women and anybody. If you're hanging out with them and they're hanging out with you and you're not necessarily doing anything for them, mm-hmm. like I used to do, which, add on an addition or rotate the tires or change the oil on the car, so, repoint their old brick chimney. If you're not doing anything for them and they're still hanging out with you, chances are they probably like you.
Mm-hmm.
But see, you sort of secured that in your day. Made sure they kind of hung around by becoming the fix-it friend.
I didn't want to know the answer.
Right. See?
Yeah, but Jay's not doing that, is he?
No.
Are you doing that, Jay?
No.
So what do you do when you hang out?
Well, we've got together with some mutual friends.
Yeah.
got her a gift, for her, like a
Hang on a second.
gift.
You're 23. Why do you have such difficulty reading?
I've never been good at this, and I don't want to mess this up because
let me tell you, you don't come into your own that way, or at least a lot of guys don't until like their early 30s, late 20s. Mm-hmm. Don't give me that puss, Drew.
If you're already kind of seeing someone and knowing whether or not they want to keep seeing you or not?
No, I'm not seeing anyone at all, if that's what you're asking.
All right, hold on a second. Jay,
right? They were sort of hooking up.
No, they were hanging out with mutual friends, doing a sort of welcome to the community thing. Jay was probably doing a real soft sell. Why don't we get together with such and such a person? You want to come along?
But this is
fun.
This is the long, slow drag. She's still, okay. I mean,
she's still there.
Yeah.
All right. So he wants you got to make a little more of a move. Yeah. You and her, Jay.
Right. I want to know when should I and when shouldn't I, because I don't want to push her away.
Just ask her out to dinner, please.
But listen,
please.
How are you going to push away somebody who wants to go out with you if you ask them out?
Just straight away, just go out to dinner. Just you enjoy talking to her. Maybe we can spend some time over a meal. Just now. Now is the time.
Now?
Yeah. Well,
immediately.
Wait till. Where are you calling from?
San Francisco.
All right. Yeah, call her tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, just call her up.
I tell you,
ask her out this weekend.
Wait, Jay.
Yeah.
Stay on hold. Do you have 2 lines?
No, I don't.
All right. Stay on hold anyway. I don't know why.
Hey, Adam?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You want me to call her?
No, she'd flip out over that probably.
Okay. In a bad way.
I have no idea.
All right, listen, we don't want to freak her out.
I was thinking it'd be nice if you could do it, and then we could just report back to us. I'll tell you what, Ann, get his phone number, call him back in 20 minutes, and we'll see where he's at with this. Okay?
Good.
All right, hold on.
All right, Jay, go for broke. It's going to be a disaster.
No.
All right, but there's something about Jay that makes him feel like maybe she's not interested. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Just insecurity?
That's just Jay.
All right. Frank?
Hey, how's it going?
You're 17.
Oh, yeah, I just want to say, Drew, you are so much more deluxe than Dr. Bruce.
Deluxe? Wow. Well, thank you.
Well, because, check it out. When Adam wanted to know about the female part thingy, he was taking notes like a smart guy. So the next time someone has that question, Adam's going to know and make Dr. Bruce look like a complete idiot.
You mean Dr. Drew look like an idiot or Dr. Bruce?
Next time
he had some anatomy question problems or something, right?
Yeah, he just totally balked.
Yeah, he had a little difficulty. I gave him pretty much what I thought was a layup medical question having to do with the egg and the fallopian tube and how long it took the egg to make its way down the fallopian tube and so on and so forth. And the guy fell apart.
Well, that's not. You push on how many days? Because that's not easy data to come up top of your head.
Well, he does. I know he does emergency medicine.
Yeah. And he's like 3 minutes. Something. Oh yeah.
It's actually 5 days. There's a 5-day.
Yeah, he thought it was more like 5 minutes.
Oh, no,
I know he's used to pulling sprinkler keys out of people's spleens.
Yes.
So it's a little bit different. I cut the guy some slack, but I still told him, hey, that's medicine 101, brother. You better get back to school.
He probably took it personally.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he did.
Oh, man.
Well, come on. It was a basic question.
Oh,
it was pretty easy. But then I was so mad because last night I completely balked and forgot that Bobcat was on because I loved the show till it went off the air. And I was so mad when it went off the air. Me and my friends would sit around and yell at the screen. It's a pretty neat, fun, interactive show.
What are you talking about?
You talking about Happily Ever After?
Bobcat.
You mean Bobcat's Big Ass Adventure?
Big Ass Show.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, when it went off the air. I see.
That's right.
We're a big ass loser.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, that show did go off the air.
I never understood why.
What happened to that? That's probably bad producing.
Yeah, it was terrible. And you know what you're talking about, how they're all number one? They did that on Major League, remember? That was one of their jokes. He's the top on Tuesday with the wind blowing 3 degrees to the left and a 5-degree mile per hour. He's the top hitter in the league, though.
All right, Frank, what do you think? Me and Drew are at my house, and we're just eating some popcorn and chatting with you on the speakerphone, or we're doing a goddamn radio show here?
Sounds like a...
You make him comfortable, Adam.
Okay, listen, Spaz. We got to go, all right?
All right, then.
All right, Frank.
I just want to say you're way deluxe.
Well, I like that. I like being deluxe.
Drew is deluxe. And you know what's funny about the comment? I hung up on Frank before he got to the next one. But I just want to say, usually it's followed by 3 or 4 comments, which really isn't right. People always go, well, hold on. I just want to say that Drew is one of the best in his field. And furthermore,
and Adam, you're the funny guy, and I think so. There we go.
Oh, yes. Amber?
Hi.
You're 22.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what deluxe means, but you're damn funny.
Well, it's good.
Okay. I'm a teacher, actually for special ed, but this is kind of a general question.
Oh.
When a kid, I'm thinking before puberty, is sexually precocious, maybe in the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they interact with the boys in the classroom, is that always a sign of abuse, or
no.
is it just some kids are just, you know?
It is a sign of something remiss. Something is wrong, okay? And if you're dealing with special ed kids, you may have all kinds of psychiatric pathology there, and they may be traumatized. Again, they may be coming up in family systems that are challenging, or there may be mental illness in the family already. And kids do tend to sexualize trauma of various types, and the biology can sort of be played out sexually as well. Okay, so things like ADD and bipolar and minimal brain and all these things, there can be sort of a de-repression of sexuality in some of these, and they can get very sexually precocious and impulsive. And that is outside of my area of expertise, but it does mean that there's something significantly wrong. But
thank God it's not outside of mine, and I'm here tonight, Amber. How old are these kids?
I work with 4th through 8th graders.
And what's up with most of them?
A lot of them have learning disabilities.
Yeah.
And
everybody has a learning disability.
That is true.
I thought you meant like major impairment.
Some of them do have emotional disorders and whatnot, and very chaotic, like a
lot of aggression and that sort of
life and things like that.
Yeah.
These kids are kind of mild. It's more of an academic program.
Yeah. So the chaos and the difficult challenges in the family, the trauma is it's amazing how humans turn that either into aggression or sexuality. That's where it goes. It goes one of those two directions, or both.
Or both. I'm going to screw you with this plunger. Yeah. It turns into both later on in life. When you're a kid, the girls go a little sexual, guy goes a little aggressive, but at some point, those paths cross. I'm surprised there's not more of it. And it's a good thing there's people like Amber around, because there's going to be more and more of these kids out there. It's going to be one of the fastest growing fields in America. It won't pay anything, but there'll be plenty of jobs. It's one of those things, you know, when they tell you you do those things where job projections, you know, and they go, well, we're not going to need as many riveters, but we're going to need more computer technicians. That's where the money and the demand's going to be. This is going to be all about demand, but I don't think the money's going to be there. Because anytime nobody's paying you, you're never going to make much money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The kid ain't paying, the parent ain't paying, me and you are paying. And we're not going to give her more than $32,000 a year, which may sound like a lot to a lot of our listeners. Kate?
Hi.
You're 24.
Yep.
What's happening?
All right. This is kind of complicated, but I'll try and condense.
All right.
I get panic attacks, and I have now for probably about 6 years been getting them. They tend to follow pretty similar patterns, but I'm not entirely sure what they're coming from. And thought initially that it might have some sort of sexual base to it, just because, well, I've got this wonderful history of dysfunctional relationships and all sorts of fun sexual things, and a complete lack of ability to say no to anybody.
Were you sexually abused?
Well, on some of my last relationships, I mean, I've been through one relationship that ended in rape, and one, and like...
Let me ask the question differently.
Listen, they all end in rape.
How were you... How were you victimized? That's just your relationship.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Ooh, I shouldn't have said anything.
How were you victimized when you were younger?
I was kind of looking for something in younger, and I know that we had, I mean, he'd torture the animals in front of us just to kind of get a reaction from us.
Well, that's perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Oh, yeah.
For the daycare system.
Absolutely.
Try to stay away from the S word, would you, Kate?
Yes.
Okay.
So you were abused and victimized.
Well, what did the guy do to you? Do you know?
I don't remember him having done anything specific to us except really just trying to scare us. But
how old was the guy?
I'm thinking probably around 15.
So he was like the son of the daycare person?
Yeah.
And he used to sort of screw around with the kids?
Yeah, I remember being pinned by him at one point in time when I tried to make him let go of one other kid he was wrestling with.
But you don't think he sexually abused you?
I don't know.
Well, you probably would know, though, wouldn't you?
I worry because I've got so much along the lines that's proving to be sexual. The triggers for my panic attacks are pretty much all sexual, and the relationship problems I get into are all sexual.
All right.
And then the only other trigger, or the only other thing that I've got that gives me a hint is that I was told by my mom at one point in time that she'd suspected something had happened of that nature, but she couldn't think at the time of who would have been doing it.
To you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Thanks, Ma.
Yeah. But
I have sort of a vague recollection of you being raped when you were younger, but anyway, nothing's coming to mind. You want some more pound cake? That's nice. Thanks, Ma. I'll go home and kill myself.
It was helpful, actually. It just made me want to ask more questions, but now I can't.
But what do you mean she has some vague recollection about maybe you being molested but can't figure out? Well, can't put a name to it?
That was at the time.
She told me that she thought that somebody might, but that she couldn't think of anyone who'd be around me like that except for my father, and she didn't think it would be him.
Yeah, but I still don't get the part about her thinking something happened. How does that work?
She probably saw it was precocious sexuality or something, and
she saw some sort of
behavior
and
turned in and started trying to figure what's this about. Maybe somebody got to her. Let's try to figure this out, and never could.
All right.
But I think she was having a real bad time of things, and so she didn't maybe look into it further at the time.
It's just the fact that she thought maybe Dad was doing it is not a great sign.
Bad sign.
I mean, that doesn't say a whole lot for Pops, does it?
No, not really.
All right, what's your question now?
Well, my question now is I have no idea how to find out what's causing them, and they take severe little chunks out of my life.
The panic attacks.
Yeah.
Explain what you mean by panic attack.
Like I said, mostly sexual triggers, and what'll happen is I'll kind of lock up. I'll start to pull away and get real fuzzy in the situation and kind of disassociate from it. And then...
So that's not a panic attack, is it? You dissociate.
Well, and then after that, I've got about a 10-second time period that I can actually tell the person I'm with what's going on, and then I lose ability to speak. And I just get this really big rush of heavy fear.
Okay, so this is more of a dissociative problem. This is a major issue. I mean, you
worse than panic attacks?
Yeah. I mean, their panic may be part of the experience of this dissociation, but you really dissociate. And you got to see a psychiatrist about this. This needs to be dealt with. I mean, this is something significant happened, and you deserve proper treatment. It sounds like you're insightful and you're motivated. You want to change things. It may be something that can be dealt with from a behavioral perspective, where you can sort of learn to manage these things when they occur. There may be medication that can help. It's not real likely that this is the kind of thing that a lot of inside-oriented treatment is going to do much for, because it's such an intense biology. Though it might calm it down, it might make you tolerate some of these intimate encounters a little more fully without dissociating. Yeah. Still see. But you need to get treatment.
You ever have a panic attack?
Oh, yeah.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
How long ago?
I started when I was in college.
College?
They're awful.
Really?
Awful.
What went on?
I was kind of depressed in college, and I didn't know it. I was, when you're that age, you don't really, not aware of crap, at least I wasn't.
Yeah, you just feel like crap, that's all.
Yeah, and I can't remember the first one, but it was, I just have these amazing panic attacks. And once you've had one, it's sort of, you fall into a new group now. People that have had panic attacks. Yeah. There's no really describing what that experience is unless you've had one.
Nah, I don't think I've had one.
No, you wouldn't. It's like, you would know it.
I'm trying to think. I've had like a napping attack, a masturbatory attack before.
It's
never had a panic attack.
Yeah, it's a real. You really feel like you're dying or going crazy or something.
I've been nervous, but I never had a panic attack.
It's a totally different. Imagine being nervous with sort of a circuit reentrant spiral that just escalates with no stopping.
No, never had that. Kelly.
Yes.
You're 19.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, my boyfriend. He's like, he does heroin, he shoots heroin.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
And he smokes crack rock.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Well, with the heroin, of course.
With the heroin, yes.
Yeah, but...
What's your question?
Sometimes it's like his drugs are more important than I am.
Well, Kelly, all the time.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Kelly,
it's important that you stay in this relationship, though.
Why would you choose to be someone that is a total junkie like this?
I mean, be with a total junkie?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's not hang a label on the guy just because he smokes a little crack and does a little heroin and a little speed.
Well, yeah, but...
Drew, see, he rushes to judgment, this Drew. Yeah.
Why would you choose that?
Because you love him?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what's not to love?
I guess Dad was an alcoholic or heroin addict or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
magic.
My God,
magic.
Drew. You should wear a turban, Drew.
It's magical.
It is magic. How you can figure that out? It's amazing. It's so arbitrary, so random. No rhyme, no reason.
Kelly?
Yeah, his dad was an alcoholic.
Kelly, you must go. You must go to Al-Anon.
Must go to where?
Al-Anon or Narcanon. This is a dreadful situation, and it is going to get worse if it ever gets better.
How long you been with him?
About a year.
Yeah.
Is he had HIV or hepatitis C or hepatitis B? Have you had hepatitis B vaccine?
No.
Will you please go get the hepatitis B vaccine?
I've been checked, and so is he. The whole time we've been in.
Will you please go get the hepatitis B vaccine?
Goofball.
Yeah.
Hey, who was the alcoholic? Your stepdad?
No, his dad.
Oh, what about your dad?
No.
Nobody?
No.
Where's your dad?
In Ohio.
Yeah. When's the last time you saw him?
A couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. So you guys are pretty tight?
Not really.
No. What'd he do?
Who?
Okay.
My dad?
Yes.
No, he really wasn't much around.
Right.
Because what was he doing instead?
He wasn't there, you know.
Look, everyone in Ohio's an alcoholic.
No, he's not an alcoholic.
I know that to be true.
I spent like weekends with him as a kid, but like that stopped when I was around 11 or 12.
I checked this FMGB
Ohio.
radio statistic book. It says that everybody living in Ohio is currently an alcoholic. All right, Kelly, who was alcoholic in your family, though?
No one was an alcoholic in my family.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Serious now, be honest.
I am.
Did your mom remarry?
Yes.
Yeah, how was he?
He's fine. He was kind of, but he doesn't drink anymore. He hasn't.
Okay.
He just smokes pot every day.
Years.
What's that?
He hasn't drank alcohol in like 7 or 8 years.
He just smokes pot instead?
No.
Well,
right,
Mom would not choose just one alcoholic, by the way.
Yeah. Look into real dad, but be that as it may, you gotta find one on your hands anyway.
Yeah, this is a disaster. He's going to take you down with him if you don't do something to help yourself. You must go to Al-Anon or Narcanon.
True.
That is your only option.
When somebody tells you, and I know this is it's great being us because we're real righteous, but when someone says, my mom got divorced from my dad a long time ago, I don't know why, and then remarried this new guy, my stepdad, turns out he's an alcoholic. What do you think the chances that the first dad is an alcoholic?
About 85%.
About 85?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just, that's all we ever hear.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work any other way.
Well, and if the guy wasn't an alcoholic, he was a great guy and was altogether too good, she couldn't handle it. Had to get rid of it. But I don't think somebody that would actually marry somebody that was that good.
Right. Good point. And then you wouldn't not see that guy for the last 3 years.
That's right.
Age 16 to 19.
7 years. Last time was 12 last time.
Oh, she hadn't seen him in 7 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, everybody who wants to defend their screwball dads out there, you can't answer the question this way. He's a great guy. I haven't seen him in 5 years.
It's a non sequitur.
Non sequitur.
Yeah. He's a raging a-hole by definition.
Right. I don't care if he's on an oil derrick somewhere in Alaska.
You know what?
I don't care where he is.
If I don't see my kids for 5 days, I consider it just outrageous.
If I don't see your wife for a weekend, I go insane. I should have said that. All right, we'll take a little break, and then we'll come back, and we'll do more calls. Hey, this is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. It dawns on me, the man show ain't on tonight because tonight's Tuesday, but this show runs a day delay. some places, right, Drew?
Right.
Well, I'm telling those people to turn on the Man Show.
Oh, okay.
And don't turn off your radio or anything. Don't get me wrong. Just put the Man Show on.
Can I talk about these books?
No, let's
giveaway.
What book giveaway?
At drdrew.com, if you register, they're giving away a book a day signed by you.
Whose book?
Your book. You're in my book.
Yeah.
And then out of that, a grand prize, they're going to give them a trip out to Hollywood.
Hollywood?
In September, yeah.
What if you live in Hollywood? They send you somewhere else?
And they'll take them to Disneyland. I don't know.
Oh, Adam, no. That was nice.
Can we have a lighter in here, please?
Nice.
Please?
No.
If you're doing anything
I can't light my farts. I'm wearing sweatpants. I'll go up like a Roman candle. I refuse to go that way.
Okay.
You understand?
Too embarrassing?
I will wear denim, however, and light my farts. It's superstitious, I guess. Jimmy.
Yes.
You're 20.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, lately, actually for the past 2 years, there's a bunch, you know how you have adult theaters, and
adult theaters?
Yeah. And I've been going to adult theaters since I was 18.
Yeah. You got to get a VCR, brother. It'll change your life.
Oh, I know. I have movies, too.
They still have adult theaters?
Yeah.
They still do. I'm not sure what the allure is, and I can only imagine trying to tell our grandkids about long ago men used to all congregate under one roof and whack off. They'd be like, oh, my God, why? It's the only way they could see naked people. Oh, dear Lord.
Well, I think the reason why, I know the reason why I go to adult theaters is because there's sexual activity in a majority of these places.
Oh, well, these are gay guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't go on in heterosexual. Yeah, about half the audience are chicks. They're hot, they're young, pretty tight, a lot of them, looking for action.
Well, like a lot of people that do go in there you could tell, are married guys.
Yeah, but could you imagine? I mean, it sounds bizarre when you switch the gender on these things, but I mean, you could go into one of these male adult theaters, some gay porno theater, probably find quite a few guys in their 30s who look pretty damn good with their shirt off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Could you imagine finding the sort of female equivalent to the guys with the washboard abs and
or even
all that?
Lesbians congregating in a place like that?
No,
so they could interact.
Could you imagine a heterosexual version of that?
No.
Good-looking young chicks ready to get down?
That's because men and women are the same. This is clear evidence of that. Right?
I disagree there, Drew. All right, so Jimmy, I knew it was gay as soon as you said there was sex going on.
Yeah.
Anytime there's sex outdoors, it's gay.
Well,
it's true. I mean, a husband and wife go outside, boyfriend, girlfriend go outside, but when you meet and screw, it's gay. That's the way it works. That's another good pro for being gay. Sex anytime you want it.
Well, I guess my question was that when I do go there, I do get involved in sexual activity and stuff.
Sure. Who are you offending?
And I know it's wrong and stuff, and I know there's a certain drive that everybody has to, want to have sex and stuff. And I was just kind of wondering that could there be something in my past that actually makes me do this?
What do you think?
I'm sure.
I look back in the past. I mean, I really don't know. I know that, having sex with, since 18, I've tried to count and try to remember as many guys as I go in the adult theater with, and I could say there's between 30 or 40. And
no, you're looking for something.
That ain't your past.
Yeah, I'm talking about when you're 6.
A couple of years ago.
What happened when you're 6?
Wait, I don't even want to know about that yet. I just want to figure this out. It's a gay theater, right?
Well, it's a theater. You have your straight section, and then there's a gay section, and
yeah. When you say theater, though, do you mean a big room with a screen, or do you mean booths?
They're not booths. They're more like it's like a TV screen. Those big ones, the 40-inch ones, probably, and there's like probably about 10 chairs and like a sofa in there.
Really? What the hell is this place?
How does Pee Wee Herman get arrested and go to jail?
Well,
these guys are engaging in this.
I sure as hell hope there's plastic on that sofa. Could you imagine the damage being done on that thing?
When the first time I went was 18.
Yeah.
I mean, I just walked in the room and there were just people having sex. I mean, there are people who engage in oral sex, anal sex. I mean, they do it all right.
Where is this? What city is this in?
This is in Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yes.
Wow, if they got it in Phoenix, they must have another place. What is this known as? It's not known as a movie theater, is it?
No, it's an adult shop. And, you go in and you buy, there's movies, there's toys.
Right.
And then they have the section where they have booths. And then they have a section where you go in and you could go they're little mini theaters, It's not like big, huge theaters. You go to watch a regular movie.
Aren't you worried about STDs?
Well, I have. I'm actually Friday. I'm going to get tested.
Oh my God! Jimmy.
So how's it work? So you go in there.
Okay, well, you go in and you go, I want a theater, and you pay $5 or $6. You go in there, and I've noticed how everybody makes their moves. What you do is some of these places you could go sit in the theater. They have like a little mini hall you walk in before you get in the theater.
Right.
And if you just stand there for about 5 to 10 minutes, more than likely you'll have a guy come up to you, start filling on you. And what they do is they start filling on you, and if you walk away, you basically are saying, you don't want to engage in sex. But if you stay there and you keep on letting them do that to you, more than likely they assume that you want to engage in something.
All right. Well, listen, I got news for you. It works that way outside, too. Some chick standing around, you start feeling on her, she doesn't move.
Doesn't move, call the police.
She's good to go. Now, I know there's no bar, drinks, or anything, but will a guy break the ice by, let's say, sending over a roll of paper towels or something?
No.
No, I don't know what etiquette is for these things.
This is bizarre.
Okay, and then at the end, a guy from El Salvador with a snow shovel comes in there and just cleans up gallons of semen.
Actually, there's a guy that comes in about 4 o'clock in the morning and starts mopping everything.
That is a bad. Listen, I've been underneath buildings digging footings with a coffee can, and I thought to myself, no one has a worse job than me. But you know what? There was only dirt in that coffee can, Drew.
And you said a lot of these guys are married men?
Well, yeah, because my friend goes in there, too. He's also gay. But he doesn't engage in anything. He just sits there. And he's like, it's kind of sad you go in there. And he goes, you could be having sex with a guy who probably has about 3 children and is married.
And people, are they having, they're having anal sex and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Right in front of other people?
Yeah, and well, see, that's what I think a big majority draws people towards it, is that I remember like 3 weeks ago there was 3 people who were just having sex, and there was about 10 of us guys just watching them all get it on, and it's like, well, you either watch them or you can watch the movie. Which one's more? You can have it on TV or you can have the real thing right in your face while they're going at it.
And does a smart ass ever flick it over to the home shopping channel and have everyone freak out? Come on! Or it's just you can't change the channels or anything?
No.
It's videos.
It just plays the movie.
I see. Oh, what kind of condition is that big screen in?
Okay.
Must have some plexiglass or something over it.
You have to know that? I mean,
I just know I have a big screen, you're not supposed to touch it.
Well, let's get to Jimmy's question, which was, why is he a sexual compulsive?
Am I considered like a sexually...
You're considered a sexual compulsive.
You're putting
you're putting yourself in harm's way.
So I'm sexually compulsive.
Yeah, and it's with gay males, it's a little bit difficult to define, because one of the reasons gay males become sexual compulsive is because they can. It's such a part of the certain segment of the culture is sexually active.
Think about it. First off, if women were like men, I would trade my car in for a van immediately. Not tomorrow, tonight. I'd go to some, Pete Ellis Dodge, and I'd drive it through the showroom window and just hotwire a van and leave the keys to my car in there, because I would immediately drive a van, because you would need a place to have sex constantly, and then you could just go to the mall and drag women into the van right out in the parking lot. Yeah, it's like saying, are you a kleptomaniac? And the thing is, well, there's no locks on the doors, and all the stores are open, so it's kind of hard to tell whether you're a true kleptomaniac or maybe you just like to walk into stores and take stuff. I mean, who's to say, Drew, what the hell you'd be doing and how much stealing would be going on if there was no locks, no bars, no nothing. You just walk in, take what you want, and leave. No one says anything.
Again, though, the issue with Jimmy here is he's really putting himself in harm's way.
Yes.
And he is not... Sexuality is a pure sort of drug for him. It does not have any relationship quality to it. And that's the nature of sexual compulsivity.
Right.
It's not a happy place to be. It's not a good sign.
All right. Put the condom on, get checked, and get in. Check out your past. I suspect there's something lurking there.
Yes.
All right. Let's take a tease one before we go to break here.
What are you doing?
I don't know. It's just looked at 7.
Oh, no, that's Jay. You can just tease it. Just read what's up there.
Oh, let's see. Jay.
Oh, no.
I hung up on him?
No, Jay's the guy that wanted to ask the girl out.
Oh, yeah.
Uncomfortable. Guess what? She heard him talking on the radio.
Oh, okay. Don't say anything. Let me just say something here. Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you call that girl? All right, did you call her?
No, she called me.
She called you. Okay, hang on. That's enough. All right. Jay called, first call of the night. He has a girl he met. He likes her. They've been out with some friends. He wants to sort of take it to another level or to some level at all. We told her to call her.
Call her.
We told him to call her.
Yeah.
Shut up, Drew. And turns out she was listening to the radio. And I guess she may have called him.
And we'll see.
We'll get to the bottom of that after this.
You have 5 seconds.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
2.
Back in a minute.
1.
Loveline. I am Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Man show is on right now if you're on the East Coast. Nothing wrong with giving that a little plug there. Right,
on
Drew?
the West Coast, it's on.
Tomorrow night.
At
10:30. Thanks, Drew.
Yeah.
What about your website there?
Thank you. DrDrew.com. Register, get a free book. Hey, and also I'm doing a show called Teen Files with Lisa Gibbons, and that's going to be on, I think it's 8:30 UPN, July 29th. She's coming in July 28th to talk about it. God bless her for coming up here.
I'm doing a show called Pedophiles with Grandpa Lewis.
Think about how miserable it is for her to come up here. She has to do her shows the next morning.
Who's coming in here?
Lisa.
In this studio?
Yeah.
Where? When?
It says the 28th up there. She coming? Yeah, she confirmed.
Yeah?
She won't be here.
Oh, I won't be here?
No, is that right?
All right.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah, well, who cares?
And that's the night that I should be alone.
She ain't coming.
Right?
Well, listen. Hold on,
Just
Drew.
me and Lisa.
Don't kiss her ass. We've done her show 100 times. She can come in here one night.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's fine. But look, that's a hassle. She has to do her show first thing in the morning, and she has 3 kids. That's a lot.
Oh, please. She's plugging whatever she's plugging.
But
what do you mean it's a hassle?
I should be alone with her.
Drew, you be alone with her. You get it done. She's a good-looking blonde. I like that, Lisa. Yes. All right. Where the hell were we?
7. We're talking to Jay.
Does your wife know that you demanded to be alone with her?
Because I thought it would be an interesting show.
I'm just curious if she knows about the way you feel. I don't know. Jay?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Adam, I must say the man show rocks.
Oh, he's in a good mood now.
Yeah, it rocks.
Listen to Jay sort of lit up right now.
Yeah.
Remember how reserved and quiet and unsure he was before?
Yeah, it was a mess.
Well, it was kind of odd. Now I know she's listening, so obviously.
All right, so she was listening to Loveline.
You know exactly who I was, Adam.
Really?
I don't understand it.
Are you using your real name?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay.
Imagine that.
So
she wanted me to ask you out for her.
Oh.
But no, everything.
All right, Cyrano.
What's that?
Just go ahead. Drew, easy on the references, brother.
Okay.
Okay, so she called you. So let me just reset. We'll make it real clear. Jay called at the beginning of the show. Jay said he wanted to ask a girl out. He'd known her. He'd been out on outings with her, but hadn't really been on
outing, yeah.
All right, quiet down. He hadn't really been on a date with her, and he wanted to kind of ask her out on a date. Was a little bit nervous, a little tentative. We told Jay, call her, and then call us back. And as it turns out, she was listening, and she called you, right, Jay?
Correct.
And what did she say?
Well, she just thought it was kind of funny that I was asking you for advice on picking up chicks. She thought that you were smooth at that by just the advice that you give other callers, and she's like totally into you. And she's like, why didn't you ask Adam out for me? And
Doc, she's only flesh and blood, but I'm a big celebrity.
Exactly.
I need hundreds of women. I can't just name one. So, what did she think about you, though?
Yeah, things went well. She told me that I should have just come up and asked her, which I should have, but like I said.
Well, you were going to. You're about to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And while I was sitting here for the 5 minutes debating on the call, she called me. But things went well. We talked a little bit, and she's totally down to go, to go out.
All right.
Where are you going?
I think we're going to go to Great America.
What's that? Where are you calling from?
I'm San Francisco.
Yeah. Where's Great America?
That is in San Jose.
What is it?
An amusement park or something?
Yeah, it's similar to Six Flags.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, and that is nice.
Yeah.
That is good radio.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jay's friend is impressed, too.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was caught by surprise.
All right, you're going to the amusement park. When are you going?
I think we're going to go on Sunday.
You think?
We are going to go on Sunday.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
How old is she?
She's 20.
Enjoy.
Yep.
Really, have a nice time. And just focus on having a nice time. She sounds like somebody that's...
You sure you're going Sunday?
I'm sure we're going Sunday.
Okay, what time are you picking her up?
I'm going to pick her up around 10
in
the morning because it opens at 11.
Okay.
An hour away.
All right. See if you can get your hand up her top on one of the roller coasters, all right?
That's a little fast, but okay.
All right.
She likes Adam, don't forget.
Another success story. Yeah, tell her I said it was all right. I don't know if you've been to any of these amusement parks lately, Drew, but I can't do it anymore.
Your head gets too much headaches?
Too big a pussy. I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
I have not been to one of these things, by the way. My kids are too young to go on roller coasters, so I just don't get to go on them.
Let me give you my theory on the big-time roller coasters. It's traumatizing. I think, let me tell you something. The data has not come in on this yet.
It might give you subcortical injury to the brain or something.
Hey, listen, I think you'd be better off going a few rounds with a heavyweight than being thrown around this way.
That's the point.
And I think it shaves years off your life in terms of it scares the S out of you.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
That can't be good for you.
It really does scare you that much.
Well, how can it not? You're free falling for 10 stories.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, here's my take on that.
But you're locked in and you know you're okay and stuff.
Listen, when you're dreaming, you're in bed. You understand?
Right. You know you're
still
asleep.
Scares the S out of you.
Right.
I mean, here's my theory on that. There's like a 10% part of your brain that knows you bought a ticket and waited in line and you're at the Six Flags over Georgia or something. Yeah. And the other 90% of your brain thinks the car just rolled off Mulholland into the ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there's a small part of your brain. I don't know. The brain is broken up into different parts, but there's a reptilian part and a bunch of other parts that thinks, holy Christ, I'm dying.
Yes.
And the rest of your body thinks you're dying, too. I mean, you cannot relax. I mean, you tense up. You scream at the top of your lungs. You grab the bar as hard as you can. You stop breathing for a second or you blow out real hard. I mean, your body reacts, I'm guessing, physiologically the same way it would react if your car went off the side of a cliff.
If I remember right, you had to do a commercial for one of these ones. I had to ride the ride like 14 times.
I rode I don't know what the goddamn battle axe or something over at Knott's Berry Farm like 300 times going round and round and round. I got off that thing. I wasn't right. I wasn't right for the whole rest of the year. I'm thinking of suing him, actually. But I don't think this is good for you. I really don't. I don't recommend it at all. John?
Yes.
You'll hear Adam's voice promoting these things, though, soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
That and Mountain Dew. John, you're 32.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
Well, I've been psychologically impotent my entire life.
Well, what kind of impotent?
Psychologically impotent.
Yeah.
And I know because I whack off and I can.
Right.
And I was just wondering if Viagra could help that.
So the problem is you can't get an erection in the presence of a woman.
No.
Or male. What is your sexual preference?
Female.
And how often have you had an opportunity to try this? How many times?
About 4 times.
Have these ever been in the context of a relationship?
No, I haven't.
All right, so...
I mean, I've had... Basically, I was doing fine, although sexually retarded up about 24.
What does that mean?
I mean, I was sexually retarded. I mean, I was doing fine. I was starting to get normal, with my sexuality.
You on any medications?
I was.
What medications were you on?
No, I mean, I'm OCD.
Yeah.
Obsessive compulsive.
Right.
And I'm wondering, that could be part of, I don't know if that's part of it. But,
oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not on it now, though. I quit taking it. I wasn't at the time.
What was the medicine you were taking?
Paxil.
Have they given you other diagnoses besides OCD?
No, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of diagnosed that myself because...
Have you ever seen a psychiatrist?
I mean, I was seeing one. Yeah. But I was almost ready to kill myself because I had really bad thoughts.
Yeah, so this is more than OCD.
I mean, it was the thoughts. It wasn't... You know how, the other symptoms, it wasn't like I was able to function.
What were the thoughts?
Of killing my parents.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Killing parents, all that stuff.
Did you hear voices or see things?
No voices, not that.
Did you believe other people were sending you thoughts or anything of that sort?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, now you want to kill yourself because you haven't been laid and you're 32, right?
Pretty much.
Well,
I've felt it. I mean, I'm in a lot of other stuff. I'm degreed. I think I'm very intelligent.
What do you do for a living?
I'm not right now, but...
Why not?
Well, because I'm trying to get into a different field.
Yeah.
I'm having a tough time. I'm trying to get in the computer field, but it's a catch-22 in that. Of how you need the experience, but you can't get it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not. There's no field that's not that way. By the way.
Yeah.
It's more in the computer, at least what I found.
Name a job that's worth having. It's catch-22.
Well,
Yeah.
Viagra.
None more than professional umpire.
Viagra could be potentially useful, but I'll tell you what. You need to have. I think the most healthy way to approach this is to try to have a real relationship and with somebody who cares about you and allows you to calm down and maybe sort of eases some of these intrusive thoughts and preoccupations, and see if you can't actually manage it in the context of something more real other than some anxiety-provoking one-night stand kind of thing. Viagra might be helpful, might be useful, but it's not the full answer here.
You got to get this one. Doesn't come in a pill form, right?
Not entirely.
No. I mean, you got to work out some problems.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just see here. Jill?
Yes.
You're 15?
I'm 14.
14.
Yes.
You can't say no to guys' sexual advances?
Well, I can to an extent.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, if I'm with a guy and I'm just, like, talking to him or something and he tries something on me, I just have trouble saying no.
Okay. Hold on a second. We got to take a break. We'll do a little gambling on this one.
Yeah, she got that voice, but she's 14.
All right, well, I'll blow my nose.
Yeah,
Drew, you blow something else, and we'll come back, maybe a little gambling with Jill after this.
Loveline. Be right back in a minute.
Most radio.
Oh, yeah. We're on. All right. Listen, we've got to take a quick 10-second little timeout, and then we'll be back with more of the show in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio Station.
Saludos, amigos. This is the New Rock Alternative. 90.1 KFMA. Green Valley.
It is... I got to make sure the mic's on.
Do you know how annoying that is?
I know.
It's so professional.
I'll be done with it in a week or so. Okay. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. When we left off, we were speaking to Jill. Jill is 14. Can't say no to guys' sexual advances. Want to do a little gambling here, Drew?
Not yet. Not yet?
No. No, it's been a while.
All right, you want to just go straight for it?
Let's go straight for the gambling.
I don't have a clear
Jill?
Yeah.
Are you having sex with any of these guys?
Not at the moment.
Not right tonight, of course.
There's not a guy on top of you right now?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me factor that in. No guy on top as we speak. All right. It's starting to unfold here. Have you had sex with a guy?
Yeah.
Okay, more than one guy?
3.
3?
Yes.
In what period of time?
Well, just within a year.
Within a year. All right, hang on. You're 14. All right. Yeah. Okay, you want to go first, Drew? Want me to go?
I'm going to say just flat-out abandonment issues. You know what sort of comes to mind is the sort of the Jenna Jameson syndrome.
Yeah.
Dad, mom, okay, maybe mom just gone.
Mom gone.
Let's actually just use that syndrome. Mom vanished when she was 4.
Mom, okay. I'm going no overt abuse, no sexual abuse. I'm kind of with you there. Maybe no alcoholism, no abuse. I'll go dad out of the scene. It's easier, though. Yeah, but it's like a 70% chance dad gone, then mom gone.
Could be the perfect family.
Could be. I might change mine. I might change mine to working parents, professional mom, like doctor, lawyer, something like that.
Not available.
Not around.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, I'm going with that.
Yeah.
All right? You're going with mom maybe gone.
Gone, yeah.
Jill?
Yes?
Let's talk about your parents.
Okay, I live with both of my parents.
Uh-huh.
My dad's a carpenter. My mom just does, like, gardening, does whatever.
Gardening?
Yeah.
That's white collar.
She's around. She stays around home.
Yeah. What's your dad do?
He's a carpenter.
Carpenter?
Yes.
Oh, that's bad.
I grew up around a lot of verbal abuse. And my dad he'll just, like, he still does once in a while. He'll call me, like, just, like, C-U-N-T, you know? I don't know if I can say it.
Oof.
And a slut, and just different words like that. And that's just been around since I was little.
So perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Overt, emotional, and verbal abuse.
And he, like, there was sort of not really a physical abuse, just, like, he'd flip out. He has a very bad temper.
Yeah.
I didn't know if this had anything to do with my dad calling me names since I was really too young to know what they were, or anything like that.
Oh, yes. And when he flipped out, what would he do?
He'd just, like, if we made him, he'd probably, like, just smack you in the head a few times, or just, like, pull you by rooms into your, like, by your hair.
What do you, if that isn't overt physical abuse, what is?
I guess that's pretty bad.
Well, whatever you get used to is whatever is.
He hasn't done anything for a couple of years now.
That's nice of him. That's all right.
So this is still the repercussions of those experiences.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at least we know why this is going on.
Okay.
I don't know what to do about it, because I'm not really in a relationship, but I have this guy that's just, I really do care about him. He knows it. But he's like, well, if you love me, then why do you do this or that, you know?
Well, because you do this or that, because if you really were to get close to him, that'd be too scary.
Right.
How old is this guy?
He's my age.
Is your age?
That's good.
He's a little bit older. He's like a few months older than me.
Yeah. Okay. So you're doing a fair amount of acting out.
See if you can just stay in that relationship. Do what you can to kind of focus on that and not get in situations where you might have to say no to other guys.
Right, that's what I was thinking. He doesn't, I don't know, like, this 16-year-old, I don't know, I was just walking around with him, and actually we were in an open field, and I ended up sleeping with him.
Yeah.
Yes, stay away from the open field.
Yeah, Jill, this is again, I heard us talking earlier this evening about humans, how they sexualize their traumas or they make their traumas into aggressions later. This is about that, and this is a very primitive piece of the brain creating these behaviors.
Yeah.
You can contain them. Why don't you just do that?
Yeah. And let me explain. You know what's funny about women, too? Jill perceives this as her and this guy's a couple years older than her. They're just sort of tooling around an open field, and one thing leads to another. Believe me, go back to the guy's house. There's a schematic of the field. There's satellite
like football play.
Surveillance shots of it. You ever see those shots that, like, the U-2 or the SR-71 took?
Enemy of the State.
Can I? All right. Oh, she said, you know, I get going with something here.
Go ahead, the U-2 shots.
No. I was going. People think I'm talking about the band now. They don't know I'm talking about the surveillance plane.
Yes, Your Royal Highness.
Well, goddamn, Drew. I mean, here I am. I'm going here with something. You gotta jump right in.
I was just chiming in with you. I wasn't saying I have to now talk.
I was rolling along here.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's really the audience that suffers. They don't get to hear the rest of my SR-71 surveillance shot stories. All right, but anyway, she thinks they're just tooling around the field.
Right.
He's going to, like, the hump mound, or whatever the hell he's got out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, listen, women, don't go to any open fields with guys. I don't know if you watch any of these new detectives or these late-night murder shows, but it's, where Robert Stack narrates. A lot goes on in these open fields. It used to be nothing. It used to be Civil War reenactments and jackrabbits running around. Now it's nothing but rape. You understand? Okay, now Drew's scared to talk, but I like it that way. Marisol?
Hello?
You're 19.
Yes.
What's going on?
Okay, I had a question regarding the contest on drdrew.com.
Yeah.
And I read, like, the rules and regulations, but I didn't quite understand if, like, one can enter more than once, or it's like they're automatically disqualified if they enter more than once.
I think you can register. If it has to do with one registration, one entrance.
One entrance from now till September?
Per registration. But if you register other people,
okay,
something like that.
Maybe you can't register under your same name twice.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's
right.
it?
Like the phone girl was just telling me, like, to give you feedback about the website and what I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, so far for being under development, I mean, I didn't really expect much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I put in a question and all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's also like a newsletter that will go out, so it's like I know I don't expect to get my question answered personally.
We're trying to answer every single one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And
how's it look to you?
Excuse me?
How's it look?
It looks pretty good so far. I mean, most like websites are all like, well, they're under construction and then they never get developed. And so far, from when I first checked it out, it was just like a very basic page, and it was just like you can submit your question, and that was it. And from now, it's like it's changed dramatically, I think.
It's still just underway.
Yeah.
It's gonna get more involved, a lot more involved.
I can see you working for a while to get her to say something nice,
or negative. See what she has to say.
Well, it's different than it was. I think that's
what I got.
That's the bottom line.
Thanks for trying. It's sort of what I got for her.
It was one thing, and a lot of these start off this way and they don't go anywhere. And yours is different, than it was. But I checked it out. Yeah. I love our listeners. I could kill them to go, hey, it looks pretty good. Anyway, I got a question. I can't do it. That's what I love.
And by the way, she could have asked a question right now.
Well, she could have.
Marisol?
Yes?
Did you have a question?
No, not really.
What did you think of Drew's website, though?
I thought it was pretty good.
Pretty good.
I mean, I should open up with, like, the Dr. Drew Boogie, I think.
Yeah,
okay. Like in the background.
More comedy, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, but you thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Not great, though.
Well, yeah. Well, it's pretty good.
All right. Not yet.
I'm not putting it down.
No, I understand that.
A rating from 1 to 10, I would give it a 10. For that's under development.
All right, now, but we've coaxed her into that. Please, we massaged that 10 right out.
Please,
of her.
Adam.
I'm just being honest. That's all. Drew, who is answering these questions? By the way,
Me.
I know it's not you.
No, it is me.
No, it is not.
It is me.
Stop lying.
No, it is me. Another guy's editing them, but I answer. I've answered like 400 so far.
How do you answer them?
I dictate answers.
You dictate answers,
Yeah.
and then someone types them in,
and then we edit them,
and then you edit them,
and then somebody puts them up.
How do you edit them? What do you
I
mean
have
you
an
edit
editor.
them?
I have an editor.
What do you mean you edit them?
Makes them readable. Makes them make sense. If I
your answers?
Yeah.
Huh.
Make sure they're accurate. We research stuff if I need research.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How many people you got working on this?
5 so far. We're gonna have about 40.
They're all down in your basement?
We dug a hole.
In your under your house? That's called your basement.
Okay.
No, seriously, where are they? Are they somewhere?
Yeah, there's gonna be. You haven't seen it? We're having an office in Old Town Pasadena with a studio. We're gonna broadcast out of. We're gonna do web broadcast.
Who's we?
This organization.
Oh, okay. So I'm not going over there.
No, it's very good. It's by that Equator Cafe. You know where that is in Old Town?
Yeah.
Directly across from that.
Yeah, I don't know where that Equator Cafe is. Tracy?
Yes.
You're 25.
Yes.
What's going on?
My husband, he fell, and he's paralyzed from his waist down now.
All right.
And he's totally numb. He doesn't feel anything.
What'd he fall off of?
He was taking a tree down. He fell 25 feet.
Oh, boy.
That's awful.
Yeah. So now he's paralyzed.
Yeah. And we've been seeing a fertility doctor.
Yeah.
And I was taking Clomid for a long time. And
So you see, before he fell, you were already involved in fertility treatment.
Right. And
was that a coy fart, Adam? What was that?
I let that fart go. I just want to know if you heard it.
Yeah.
How'd you hear it? You could hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
And by the way, something about
my violent rectal motion.
Yes.
That signaled it?
Yeah.
I got to make a mental note of that. All right, so you're on a fertility campaign?
I was. And June 8th, we had gone to go see this other doctor about getting fertility shots.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he fell June 14th.
All right.
Before I got to. But we've had really good communication up till now. But I've been kind of keeping it from him. People have been telling me I should go and try and push him to get his sperm surgically removed.
Why?
He has no feeling. He can't get an erection. And they told me that he might not be able to produce sperm.
That's possible.
Really?
But it also might be possible that he could.
Well, I don't know.
Some of that, or a lot of that, is a spinal reflex, and if there's still intact spinal cord below the lesion, the cut, he might well be able to. And this is all part of the kinds of adjustments you guys need to make. If you haven't really discussed yet, which wouldn't be surprising, how you're going to sustain your physical intimacy, that is something you need to address with his physical rehab people, because there are things that can be done to keep things going sexually.
Does your sperm production shut down at some point?
It might. Depends on the nature of the injury.
How do they extract sperm from somebody?
I don't know what the procedure is. Some sort of microsurgery. They actually cut into the test. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Or in the tubes.
They don't just milk you.
Well, that's the point. If she could do that too, right?
Well, it said you can't achieve an erection.
Yeah, but they need to talk to people about how they might overcome that problem.
Harold?
Yes.
You're 21.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, about a month ago, I hooked up with a chick, and she's really cool. We're really getting along well, and the relationship's going pretty good. And a couple of nights, we've gotten together, and she said she's had some bad relationships with people sexually, and she doesn't want to go any further. And I've kind of felt around and found out that she's really tight, and I'm pretty sure that's why she doesn't want to go any further.
No, Harold. Spoken like a true man.
Dr. Harold.
No.
Yeah, she's tight.
No.
You got your pinky in there, and then you had to ask her to let you out?
Yeah.
I know that's like, right.
I lost it.
That's why she's had the bad experiences.
Yeah, I think the phone's about to die.
No, Harold. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I think we're done talking to you.
Any kind of positions or anything I should try?
Yeah, the empathic position. The one where you start caring about what's going on with her emotionally, and that's the reason things are clamped down there.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. You see, Harold, when women don't want to do stuff or they're a little tense or something, they can tighten up.
And
you see?
And if she has been traumatized, it may be that way all the time.
Really?
And that's a woman. It's rare that a woman would talk about a bad relationship in the context
No,
of.
she said that she wants to go farther. It's just that she's done this before and it didn't work out too well.
Yeah, Harold, that's your interpretation. I think she's telling you she had a bad relationship. But women don't typically talk about bad mechanics. You know?
No, never found one that spoke about bad mechanics. Yeah, I'm guessing she's had a couple of bad physical outings, and what is that, the vaginismus?
Yeah.
Is that when that thing clamps down?
Yeah, that thing.
Can it be clamped down all the time?
Yeah.
Is that just that way?
Yeah.
Like, certain people, like old, mean people, their face, they look like they're taking a crap all the time.
Yeah.
Is your vagina can become that way?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, God.
Well, I didn't know. I just thought it would tighten up when,
No, it's
things
worse.
got heated.
It's usually more the latter.
But you walk around tight.
You can walk around uptight, too.
What about your sphincter? Does that get tight?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Walk around with that thing tight?
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a joke, kind of a wives' tale,
No.
Tight ass.
No.
It really gets tight?
Yeah.
How about your wallet? Can that tighten up?
Your wallet?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Just checking. I'm just looking for things to tighten up. That's all. I think you start looking, I think you start looking like what you're thinking eventually. Gay guys look gay, and mean guys look mean, and, Republicans look like Republicans, and racists, they start looking like racists. Really, like, friendly, outgoing people look that way.
Yeah.
You start looking like what you are.
Yeah.
If you can read that, you got life by the huevos.
Well, I mean, that's why character actors and people look a certain way. They're considered having a character, a certain character. They look like a certain thing.
All right, but if you investigate that, you find out that, like, a lot of the people that sort of play nut jobs, turns out they're nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even really good acting, in a way.
Yeah.
These De Niro's or maybe a Harvey Keitel or a Christopher Walken, guys who seem to be kind of nuts. They're kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in a way, it's sort of making my point, which is you sort of are what you are.
Right.
But look at people. You can read them and know who to avoid. It's like dogs. You ever see dogs? You can tell what's going on with a dog. You see dog walking at you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's something to this, but it's not something that people do accurately.
No, I do. I read people like palms. I can tell what's going on. Jennifer?
Yes.
Of course, good-looking people I like. That's different. What's going on?
I was just wondering, is there a test that can be given to see if I can have kids or not? Like by a doctor. I mean, I don't want to go out and get pregnant anytime soon because I'm only 21. But is there a way I can find out I could have kids by my doctor?
Well, there's lots of testing that can be done. But what's going on? What's the problem?
Well, because my aunt can have kids and my grandmother.
Why would you go? Your insurance company's not going to be happy about you going through an incredibly expensive workup just because you're curious.
Right.
Okay. There's certain testing that can be done to make sure your hormonal system is intact. There are tests that can be done to make sure the anatomy is there. There are things that can be done that are more sophisticated to make sure that sort of the plumbing is able to function, that the tubes are open, that sort of thing. But when you get beyond that, you're working with a partner on stuff that gets very sophisticated and very expensive.
Right.
And most things can be treated.
Oh, okay.
So to obsess about this now is a little premature, right?
All right, so assume you can get pregnant.
Right.
And then until the time comes when you can't.
I mean, they can do genetic screening on you to make sure that you have the sort of right genetic makeup, and there's a lot that can be done. But you could talk to a gynecologist about it. They might do some preliminary testing. But again, until you're really ready to dig in, I would first let nature run its course. I mean, when you're ready to have kids, try it for a year. If in spite of being careful and trying to time it with your ovulation, that kind of stuff, things don't happen, then you engage in the workup.
All right. Let's see.
I thought we had a break going.
I'm going with, you think that's Dana?
Anna?
What's your name?
Anna?
Anna.
Oh, Anna.
Uh-huh.
That was a little typo here.
Okay.
All right, Anna, what's going on? You're 17.
Yeah, well, I ran away when I was 13, and right now I have 3 kids with 3 different guys.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Well, I have 3 kids, and one's on the way.
You're 17.
Pregnant right now.
How are you going to care for 4 kids?
Oh, you have 3 kids?
I have 3 kids.
Uh-huh.
They live with you?
Yeah.
How do you manage that? How do you support them?
Well, I have my boyfriend, and he'll help some, but I don't know. I dropped out of school.
Oh, okay.
I can't manage 3 kids.
Yeah.
True, you have a team of au pairs, though.
How does she do it?
Drew has a pair of au pairs.
Huh?
Jack High. I don't know why Jack's funnier than Queen or King, but anyway, Anna?
Mm-hmm.
So you have 3 and you have a 4th on the way.
Yeah.
All right. And what's the problem?
Okay, well, I have these kids, and I ran away when I was 13, right? And I haven't talked to my mom since I ran away.
Yeah.
Because I haven't talked to either of my parents, because
who was abusing you at home?
My mom.
Was she hitting? She was hitting you?
Yeah.
All right. How many you have brothers and sisters?
No.
Just you?
Yeah.
Only child?
Yeah.
Interesting. You got 4 kids already.
Yeah.
Let me do some quick math here. You're 17?
2 of them are twins.
Oh, okay. I'm going to factor that in. You're 17?
Mm-hmm.
Pregnant 3 times.
And you have 3 children. You have a 4th one on the way. You're 5 months pregnant?
Oh, my God. How did she manage twins? How old were you when you had the twins?
Oh, God damn it.
I was 14.
So the first set were twins, okay?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Can you imagine twins at 14?
Yeah, I try to do a little comedy on the show every once in a while, and Drew he'll have none of it. He does. You don't smell a joke coming on, do you?
Mm-mm.
You just don't.
I'm too overcome.
When I say I'm going to do some math here, I'm going to work this out. You're 17. You got 4 kids.
I was still. Go ahead.
By the time you're 23, you're going to have 427 kids. You're not going to let me work that out there?
No.
You're not going to let me do the math here, Drew?
No.
No, you're just going to jump right in, huh?
I'm overcome by this whole situation.
All right.
14 with twins.
Well, not twins. She's got 3 kids.
She had twins at 14.
All right, but that's perfectly normal.
Oh,
perfectly
my
healthy.
God. I couldn't even imagine being in a room with twins at 14.
Well, why? You guys could talk. You'd have things in common.
With the twins, with the babies.
Sure, yeah. You guys be watching the same TV shows and reading out the same book. Hey, Anna?
Yeah?
Hey, shouldn't you be sterilized by the state or something? Has anyone tried to do that to you?
No.
No?
No.
Doesn't seem like a good idea. Who takes care of you and your kids? I mean, how do you make money?
Well, I don't really know. My boyfriend has a job.
Okay, but you don't know where the money comes from?
Well, I work part-time.
Okay.
Who buys the groceries?
Huh?
Who buys the groceries?
Well, I don't know. I just kind of...
I know how it is with groceries.
Wait.
Same with me in my house. I open the fridge, there it is.
Who buys the groceries?
Sometimes I do.
And when you go to the grocery store, where do you get the money to pay for the groceries?
I have a job sometimes. My boyfriend has a job.
Okay. You don't get any money from the state?
No.
Huh?
No.
No, nothing.
No.
Everything's all on your own.
If you don't have enough money to go to the grocery store, what do?
We usually do.
Okay. And where are you living?
In an apartment.
All right. What's your boyfriend do for a living?
He works at a carpet store.
All right. Well, that's pretty lucrative.
Who pays the rent?
What?
Who pays the rent?
Oh, his friend manages it, so he gets it for free.
The rent.
Okay. All right. So, hey, can't you be sterilized at some point though?
No.
Why not? Why don't you do that? You got 4 kids.
Yeah.
Why don't you give this new one up for adoption? Can you do that?
Yeah.
You gonna do that?
I don't really want another one, but...
Oh, you don't? Okay, well, why don't you use some birth control?
I do sometimes.
Oh, all right.
Sometimes
okay.
I just don't have it.
I understand. So, you gonna give this latest kid up for adoption?
If I can. I don't really know how, but I'm going to try and talk to somebody.
I'll tell you what, just leave the kid at the hospital, will you? Are you going to the hospital?
Yeah.
All right. I wonder who's paying for that. Leave the kid at the hospital.
Okay.
All right. They'll take care of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Won't they, Drew?
They'll call an adoption service now so they can line the parents up to take the kid right away.
All right. And listen, Anna, don't get pregnant anymore, would you?
Okay.
Well, at least Anna's doing the courageous thing with the adoption here, right?
Listen, I mean, I understand your mom was not good to you.
Mm-hmm.
And God knows your dad wasn't much better. You've been through a difficult life. But why make it that much more difficult? That's the part I can't figure out.
And bring people into the kind of experience you had. I don't know that you should talk to your parents. There's a certain amount of stability in your life right now, and I don't trust your parents to allow that to continue, frankly.
Okay, well, I don't know where my dad is. It's my mom who found out where I live.
Well,
I don't know how she
She's the one that beat the crap out of you. She's the one that victimized you. I don't know. I wouldn't want around the kids, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, take care of yourself.
You don't hit your kids, do you?
No.
Please don't get pregnant again. Give this one up for adoption. And God knows what. Let's all work another hour a week to take care of the family. It drives me insane. And listen, I know it sounds like I'm being horribly cruel to Anna, but it just drives me insane. I can't take it. I can't take living in a society where everyone gets to have as many kids as they want. It's their God-given right. We can't step in. There's nothing we can do about it. Yet we have a lot of rules for a lot of stuff. We really do. There's a rule for everything. There just is. There just is. You
want to talk about your garage again?
I'm going insane with my goddamn garage. I swear to God, I'm going insane. All I want to do is shell out $50,000 so I can put a goddamn roof over my garage. And there's just not enough schlong to blow down at City Hall for me to do this. There just isn't. I got to get on my knees and I got to spread my cheeks and let every goddamn guy who, even people that are interning for the summer at City Hall get a shot at my ass because God forbid I want to put a garage on top of my house. You know, because if I put a roof over my garage, the world would come off its axis. We'd come undone. We can't live in that. I think what their point is we cannot live in that kind of society. Sure. Oh, drives me insane. I just want to kill myself. But the good news is I'm going to kill others before I kill myself. You're first, Drew. And you're second with that take a break BS. I'm on a roll right now. You can't stop me. All right, so what are we going to do? I'm moving to Canada. Drew, I want you to load up my car. It's a lease with fertilizer and just drive it right into City Hall. Would you please?
The car's parked in my house?
Yeah. That's my designated bomb car. You don't know. You think I'm just parking over there to make room in my garage. I'm keeping it out of sight for a while. I'm keeping a low profile over Drew's palatial estate. The Drew Pound, we'll call it. We'll take a little break. We'll be back.